get my drop frames as I'm going, and it's been like pretty much perfect until right now when it just cut out. Stupid internet, man. Fuck the internet. I hate the internet.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not getting any lag whatsoever. Like, this is even faster than when I was upstairs. Like, all the chests open in real time. No rubber band. I've not hit rubber banding once. So.
Man. That is really cool. Well, I am going to get to work on trying to figure out this water here. This is definitely...
Well, I hate to say this, man, but I kind of got to get to bed because I got to be up at 6 a.m. I got a big day tomorrow. Long day. Very long day. But the good news is my wheels will be done. I met the owner of the shop today, who's probably sandblasting and powder coating my rims for my Jeep. Very cool dude. So he was gonna deliver. He was actually gonna deliver my wheels to Discount Tire and have them mount the wheels. But I decided against it since Enterprise gave me a truck to rent for free. Well, I should say I got the economy, but all they had was a giant Dodge pickup truck, and I was like, okay. So they're gonna load up the wheels tomorrow, which is gonna be awesome. So they're going from a machined stainless steel look. You've seen my Jeep before, haven't
you? No, I don't think so. I mean,
okay.
You didn't have it when you lived here, so I don't think I ever would have seen it in person, at least.
It's a black four-door Jeep Wrangler, so you know what a Wrangler looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was like a brushed aluminum or steel look, and they sandblasted them and they're powder coating them on matte black. So they're going to be a slight, very slight reflection, like 10%. So very, very light reflection, but they're going to be black. And then I'm putting some big 33-inch off-road all-terrain tires on it. So it'll be pretty beefy looking and a lot nicer tomorrow. So yeah, I got to pick up the wheels. I got to mount them. Well, I gotta pick up the wheels, take them to Discount Tire, have them balance the wheels, take them home, mount them on the Jeep, and then, yeah, drive it to work. And then tomorrow I've got 2 people I gotta onboard that are starting, so busy day, very busy day.
Well, luckily the weekend will be here before you know it.
Oh, I can't wait because I get paid Thursday, so we'll be getting some snowboard gear, and I'll be able to get a new bowstring for my bow, a new wireless dongle for my computer, so yeah, it's much needed.
And the connection will just get stronger.
The connection, yes, my connection with the Force will be much stronger. Like I said, going from 15 megabits to 55 is a huge jump. So now I can watch Donald Trump in 4K in his orange glory.
Yeah. Wonder what his favorite color is.
Black.
His favorite
Like
color
his
is
soul.
clear because he doesn't believe in colors. Colors aren't
black.
real. Colors are fake news.
Except black and brown. They're not allowed in his
Yeah,
vocabulary.
those are the only colors he sees, and it scares him because he is afraid of his own shadow.
Blasphemy. You communist, you.
Yeah.
How could you? He's our president, sir.
Yeah, it's very un-American for us to criticize our politicians. We should blindly follow them. I actually saw a really good article on what made George Washington such, like, a great leader.
What's that?
Oh, just, you know, he was very humble and was very hesitant to, like, take up the mantle of power, and only became president because he was elected, and then insisted on
2 terms.
on giving up the presidency after 2 terms, and he basically set the whole precedent for, you know, the somewhat functional system that we should have that has become horribly dysfunctional in recent years.
Yeah, I still think there's a silver lining there, but yeah, I don't know. I still see a silver lining in all of this. I think a lot of people, despite the politics and how visceral they've become, I think for the most part, people are very civil. Like, we're not rioting in the streets. World War III hasn't happened like most people said it would. Like,
well, World War III is happening, but it's happening on things like Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
That's where wars are fought these days, on social media.
I'm okay with that. I'm honestly okay with that. I'm okay with our level of angst and complaining. I'd rather us do it that way than with fists. And I gotta say, I kind of like Beto. He might actually be a pretty good candidate.
Yeah, he's one of the few blue candidates that, you know, has more than a shot in hell at winning the state of Texas, which, man, if a Democrat could pick that up, that'd be one hell of a way to pretty much ensure you win the presidency.
Yeah, he didn't win it, but I still think that he has a pretty good chance against Trump. If he would legalize marijuana, or at least make that one of his promises, and willing to meet in the middle on stuff and not be so one side or the other, I really think he'd be a great contender. He's young, he's kind of middle of the road, he's not extreme, and we kind of need that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, many on the left think that, you know, what the Democrats need are hardline, ultra progressive, and that we're not winning elections because we're not putting up people progressive enough, and that centrists are what are costing us. And, you know, I guess you could make arguments in either direction. I personally don't agree with that. I mean, I think...
Really?
No, I don't agree with that stance. I think someone that is middle of the road and, you know, picks and chooses their battles wisely. I mean, there's some strategy to courting the other side. And, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm old and jaded and everything, but we don't live in a fucking ideal fantasy world where the United States is just going to elect ultra-progressives everywhere and we're going to pass all these policies. So I'd rather take the small victories I can get and, you know, just wear that shit down over time. Like, think about how much people's opinions have changed on what used to be controversial stuff in the past. And, you know, it gives me some hope that, yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't agree more with you.
I agree
gotta
with,
be honest with you.
I agree with your assessment of, is it Beto or Beto? I thought it was Beto.
Might be.
Yeah, I think he'd be a great candidate. I think he's someone who could,
court the middle.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, but it's a sizable percentage of the population. You can't ignore that. And, I don't know. I stay away from like super ultra like online opinion think pieces about people. Just they have I don't know, that there's too many realities people out there ignore when they write these fiery articles about how, oh, we can't win elections because we're not progressive enough. It's like, no. Sure, make that argument, but you know, don't hold your breath on that being the actual case.
People are terrified of people who are too extreme one way or the other. That's why Elizabeth Warren scares the holy Jesus out.
Yeah, I mean, I would vote for her, but I would prefer.
She's too extreme. She would give us a Donald Trump on the other side.
What is she extreme on?
Everything.
No, like what's an example? I literally don't follow, like, I really don't pay enough attention to like follow these individual politicians' voting records and the things they're pushing for.
Well,
I mean, a few of them that are high profile, like I catch things, but I honestly don't know what she's advocating for or against.
She's very big against big corporations that are big corporations, which is not necessarily a bad thing when it comes to, you know, the left. But she definitely has a really strong left rhetoric. She's definitely one of the good old boys, although she would never say she is. She got a scholarship for being a Native American at a Native American college.
Yeah, I think that's the one, to me, that's the one humongous thorn in her side that worries me about her.
She's really no different.
We really need yeah. As much as I hate to admit it, it's like we live in an age where you kind of need a very pure candidate with, or you need the worst candidate in the world who has more. Anyway,
no, I totally agree with you. She's just too extreme, and she just will never admit she's wrong.
Well, I'd have to hear the individual things that she's advocating for or against before I judge.
Complete gun control, complete ban on, you know, she doesn't know what a semi-automatic is. She thinks a semi-automatic is you hold on the trigger and it goes, and it's just bang, bang, bang. But, you know, pistols are also semi-automatic. So she says a lot of things without thinking them through or really doing her research. She definitely plays to her base a lot more than I would like.
Well, sounds like policies I would agree with then. I don't get caught up in the semantics on. I mean, I think it's just unrealistic to expect some kind of super, like, complete ban on all firearms. Like, that's not going to happen. You know, the Second Amendment is just one of those things. But so yeah, I mean, I would be a little annoyed if someone was going that far. But people talking about like banning certain high capacity weapons that have no practical use outside of like military warfare, and I mean, that's, to me, that's only a good thing. And I just always go back to the argument: we wouldn't want people running around with you know, we're fine not letting people go buy hand grenades and rocket launchers and things. So there's definitely a threshold somewhere where we consider a device capable of killing a lot of people at one time, you know, a little too much, and we restrict things already.
That's the funny thing is they want to ban semi-automatics. Okay, I'm not saying for or against, but there are class 3 weapon licenses you can get, which is fully automatic, so you hold on the trigger and it sprays bullets, silencers and explosives, all covered under class 3 weapon license. So we already allow those things, but that's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about semi-automatic, specifically the AR style. So to say we want to ban it because we don't want people to have that, then you would need to ban class 3 weapon licenses, because that's exactly what we allow.
Yeah.
Like in Arizona, you can get a fully automatic, hold down the trigger and it just sprays weapon for, you know, you have to go through a very extensive background check. It takes 6 to 8 months, and you have to pay a $500 tax stamp for each weapon, and you have to keep the paperwork with the weapon. But it's completely legal. But they want to ban semi-automatics because they're too dangerous while not addressing. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? It's kind of a.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I don't know. I just always question. You know, what do people really need weapons for? Self-defense, hunting deer.
Hunting.
I mean,
honestly, sporting. So there's a lot of sporting organizations like Free Gun and Tree gun competitions, that's something I want to get into. Pistol, rifle, shotgun. That you kind of really, they're designed for semi-automatic pistols, semi-automatic shotguns, semi-automatic rifles, right? AR style. Or I shouldn't say AR, but I should say, AR-15 style, with the receiver and the forward grip and, the pistol grip.
I think an acceptable middle ground solution is make the more lethal weapons a lot harder to get and keep, I do like the idea of, you have to have some kind of a, like you said, a class 3 weapons license to purchase and use those legally and, make the barrier to entry high. And, I think that's a totally acceptable approach. And I think we should be doing that for more.
I don't want to say make the barrier high. I want to say make it easier for people to... Okay, perfect example. I got carded to buy Sudafed.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't have to get carded to buy rifle or bullets.
Yeah, so that should change.
So, I think if
We're in agreement there.
I think if you were to make it easy for people to scan like an ID, right, and say, all right, this person is not a registered X, Y, and Z, right? Then give them what they need. But if we got to develop that technology, so if we had funding to expand that capability, I think that would be a big win for pretty much everybody.
Yeah, we got to fix the NRA problem before we can make any progress in any direction.
Fuck the NRA.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying.
I think if you were to say, look, we want to make it easier for people who enjoy this as a sport or for hunting or who just want to go out and have a good time shooting guns because it's fun to do. You should be able to go into a store, scan your ID like you do beer, right? They check your age, or Sudafed where you got to be put into a system, and it takes all of 30 seconds, and then wham bam, you're done. So that way, if you've got mental illness or if you're flagged for any reason, then they don't sell it to you.
Well, there you go. You know what? We agree on this. I can't argue with that. Like I think there's an approach to be had where you just look at the system now, and it's like that is such an immense improvement. And by the way, those sound like commie ideas you're spouting. The Republicans would hang you for what you're saying.
But
any restriction on anything infringing my rights.
Honestly, I don't think that Republicans or Democrats even really stand by one principle or another. I think they stand by their party name. Yeah. They're willing to be flexible as long as the leader and leaders are on the same page. For example, is Donald Trump, right? He expanded the national debt by like $1 trillion. What fucking Republican would ever agree? What happened?
They're the party of fiscal responsibility, man.
But the funny thing is now the Democrats, specifically Nancy Pelosi, the speaker, and I hate to be on a whole like politics rant, guys, on Twitch. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
I don't get a good chance to catch up with Seth. But,
Fuel Hauler says, when I drove OTR, hauling insulation was always the worst load because it was always driver assist unload. What? I don't.
Nice. But they wanted this thing called PAYGO, right? It's a measure in the House that they would not pass any legislation that would increase the national debt. The Democrats are pushing this.
Oh, that's ridiculous! Come on.
Well, I mean,
that's just being contrarian at that point.
What do you mean?
Well, because that's literally the entire situation was reversed like 6 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever. So, I mean, Republicans took the exact same stance. It's ridiculous that Democrats would go take that stance after they rightly lambasted Republicans for taking the same stance.
But they did.
It's just stupid.
That's exactly what they did.
I know, it's dumb.
That's exactly what... And that's my point, is they don't believe one principle or another.
Yeah.
They believe in what the party is telling them. So if you were to say, as a Republican, that it would be easier, right, for law-abiding citizens to get guns and make it harder for people who are known killers or terrorists or whatever, right, to buy a firearm, then
Yeah.
You know, if you get the right people saying it, then it's kind of a win. But I really don't think Republican or Democrat labels matter anymore. It's all about what the media tells them and what their party tells them.
Yep, I agree.
So I think if you were to just get people to say, hey, we want to expand the ability for people who are not, crazy to get firearms, so that way you can just go in, swipe your ID, and you're free to shop away at Walmart and buy whatever you want, then they should absolutely have that. But if you're, flagged, right, and then you can't go get a gun, or, it just makes it easier for people who want to go to a shooting range so they can't, And you can even use Chris Kyle as a perfect example, right? Everybody's favorite American sniper, killed by a dude with mental health issues, right?
Yeah, you would think that event alone would have garnered some level of support for some common sense gun control. And that's really,
right.
I think that's all most people want. And it is ridiculous that both parties are just like, oh no, we need to take the most extreme version of the arguments people are making and make that our position. Fuck.
Yep.
Come on, nobody. I mean, yeah, obviously there are people that do want that, but that's just, again, that goes back to me being an old jaded butthole. Is like, it's pretty clear you don't get shit done by sticking to hardline stances. Like, life is all about compromise. Hardly any of us are ever going to find our true dream job and, all our perfect station in life. We got to compromise. Likewise, I think our lawmakers and politicians and everything, there needs to be compromise in these positions and, willingness to work across the aisle on things, even if it is something you really have a hard time with. I mean,
you have a hard time, but your party and their alleged, what they believe is the correct stance. I mean, it's just stupid, some of the stances they take. I mean, if you wanted to go buy a rifle for whatever fucking reason, Seth, I mean, you should be able to go buy a rifle and have fun and go shoot it, right? We just want to make sure you're not crazy. We scan your ID just like we do for Sudafed.
Well, and there has to be training. If we have to take a driver's test to go drive a car on roads, you should have to have some kind of basic training in how to operate a thing that is made for killing.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, think about the number of accidental deaths caused. I mean, I think, I don't think they're allowed to collect these statistics, but I know I know it's a known fact that the number of people that die by firearm accidents in households far exceeds the number of people that are killed from, like a home invasion gone wrong and it was self-defense and all of that. Like,
yeah, but not nearly the amount of people who get killed in car accidents, and that includes people who have taken a test to go get it.
Yeah.
So,
but at the very least, it's something we should do, and I don't see any good reason why.
Would you allow for it to be an elective in public school?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay, then win.
Think about some of the other fucking electives we have, like machine shop, like learn how to operate a circular saw. Like, yeah, learn how to operate a. What's wrong with that?
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I think that would be a huge win, right?
I mean, it's like, yeah. Again, it's if you're talking an elective, yeah, that should be the type of thing that someone should be able to take a class on. I think there's some value in knowing that, and there's some real culture behind that stuff.
Hunter conservation in with that class, right? So you teach people about why it's important to, to not only hunt but to support hunter conservation to keep these animals from essentially killing themselves, right, or from spreading diseases because they're growing out of control because we eat everything in a super. So
yeah, I mean, hunting has its place in the natural order of things, and
win. Yeah. So congratulations, we've just solved gun control.
It's pretty basic.
I think it would be a win-win. You say, look, we'll teach this as an elective. You have to, I have to take a hunter safety course in Colorado, right? And that's a 2-day course where I have to pass an exam. So why not pass an exam when it comes to to firearm laws, right? Which everybody would have to go through.
Yeah.
And then you take it once every, I don't know, 10 years or something like that. Make it free.
Yeah. Totally.
Expand the ability for people to scan IDs when it comes to gun shows or firearm purchases, so it doesn't take 3 to 4 days. It can be done instantaneously. Like make that whole back end system of the national background check super fast. And I think it's a win all around.
Yep. I'm right there with you.
And then the next piece would just be making sure that we can update that background check for people who are known risks, right?
Yeah.
Make it so you have to go before a judge before they take away your rights. Or I think that's a great idea. Like go before a judge, and so that way it's on the judge whether they grant or remove somebody's right to bear arms.
Right. Yeah, so, and the main reason that I agree with you is it's just, you think about what is and isn't realistic. There's this concept that, once you give somebody something, you can never take it away. And, like, it's just a fact with so many things. Like, you give someone something, taking it away is so devastating. Better not to give it to them to begin with. So, that's kind of how I look at the whole gun thing, is like, people point at countries that, have strict gun control laws and people aren't allowed to own firearms. And yeah, their rates of gun deaths are incredibly low and we look fucking horrible by comparison. But realistically, that's just a right we've had all along. And I don't see a conceivable outcome where like we suddenly wake up one day and we've abolished the Second Amendment and we have those same gun control laws. Like it's just too embedded into our culture. And it's something that wouldn't be accepted. I personally would probably be okay with it because, like, I like the idea of how many less gun deaths there are in all these other developed nations, and it bothers me how high ours are. But the practical side of me is just like that's something that's just not going to change. You're not going to be able to bring it that far. So you have to figure out, there has to be some common sense solution that people will actually buy. And that sounds like a pretty damn good common sense solution that, man, you just got to look at what we have now. Like, stop trying to go for all the ideal, like, pie in the sky shit that's never going to actually go through, and, take a position like that you can convince a pretty large percentage of the population to support.
Yeah. I don't know what universe has slowly taken over ours where you're, I think you've always kind of agreed with me on the middle ground on things, but I just wish more people would adopt that, hey, we can make common sense, smart decisions when it comes to this. Yeah. No matter how far left or right we are, you're not gonna move a mountain with a shovel or 100 shovels.
And it's a weird position for me to take because, like, I am, but I'm definitely very liberal in my viewpoints and everything. I would probably support a good majority of the extreme things if they ever had a chance in hell of actually going through and passing. But hey, I will gladly take compromise situations wherever I can get them.
But that's the thing is you understand that it takes that C word, compromise, right? You can't operate in politics today without that. It just cannot be done. We are so 50-50 split, and that's the way I kind of like it, that you have to meet in the middle of these things or else shit ain't gonna get done. And I think there's some great education pieces that can be had from gun safety and hunter, and animal conservation. And a perfect example, like in Michigan, the deer are all suffering from wasting disease, which is really bad because it's affecting a lot of them, and it can kill people, right? It can actually kill people, and it can actually wipe out the entire species, just simply because not enough people are hunting them. So you have to kill these animals to preserve them. It's very Thanos.
That's been a fact for. There are invasive species. There are Yeah, there are definite real world reasons to murder animals in cold blood and eat them.
Well,
I'm vegetarian.
Right, but the other thing too is people have to understand that if they're not in a meat shop, right? They're not in a like cram-packed like chicken farm like you would get from the store. These are animals that have had a pretty damn good life, and they're a natural resource. I mean, I couldn't have think of a better way to, I don't know, harvest them, I guess you could say.
It's a win-win.
I think so.
They aren't wiped out as a species, and people that like meat can have delicious meat.
That's right, and they can actually learn some survival skills and not be supportive on and enjoy nature. That's the other big thing too. Enjoy nature, right? Preserve the environment.
Yeah, don't sell our national parks to corporations.
Right. So I mean, it's really
I know that's one you're gonna agree with me on.
Yeah, but like if you tell people like, look, we're losing our natural resources because animals, their habitats are being destroyed. All of a sudden, you've got these like hunters that are saying, yeah, we definitely don't want these corporations moving in because we want to keep these habitats for these animals to continue to breed and to live, because they're this is something I enjoy doing, is hunting. So if you come in and mine up their habitat, they fucking go somewhere else. So I think that there's a silver lining in all this. I just wish more people would see it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate that we weren't standing in front of Congress having this debate, because shit, it's such a good one. I think hunter conservation and the environment can be tied together. Gun control and gun rights.
Rasinka said, "Hey, peeps. Politics." I'd say out here at least there's a lot of lies spread about intensive agriculture.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's vote. You got to get votes. And like, I'm interested in what how do you get the votes? And yeah, I'm always going to come back to, people, if some of these more what people call extreme liberal stances actually had a shot in hell of winning, then yeah, I would support them. But yeah, I'll take a lot of these middle of the road approaches, because what I want to see is something actually get done, and things are only going to get done if you can convince a large enough percentage of the population that not sadly, I mean, I think it's a good thing that the population is very diverse in its opinions, and if you can find a solution that works for the majority of them, you probably found a pretty good solution. If it's a solution and that isn't like just hated by everyone, problem is a lot of the solutions being put out there are vehemently despised by one giant group of people or the other, and it just, oh man.
Like in Australia, perfect example. I'll bring Rasinka's land of down under into this. The whole encryption thing. It's so one-sided, the information they have, that it's terrifying how ignorant they are. They want backdoor to all encryption for the government. So the government wants a backdoor solution to all encryption methods.
Well, and our government's trying to do the same thing.
Right.
Because our government has tried to get Apple to build a backdoor in for them, and yeah, I agree. I think that's a bad idea.
It's a terrible.
You see, as dysfunctional as government is, I don't think that's a good approach.
Yeah,
let's see if this will work.
But again, they're playing to their base, and they're playing to people's fears, and they read a small clip or their special interest groups are saying one thing or the other. But what they don't understand is bad guys would love it if there was a backdoor installed on every Apple device. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, oh my god. All it would take is one motherfucker to take the hash algorithm, the hash for that to break the encryption, and all encryption is bugged. All of it, 100% screwed.
Yep.
It's not like you can do it for a couple devices and not others. Like, it would all be it's just terrifying, the level of ignorance. Well, man, I would love to sit here and just chat all night, but I have a long fucking day tomorrow, and I'm hoping I can get some hours in. I have a stable as shit connection. I think we have fixed my issue.
We fixed it. Well, you fixed it. You fixed it. Good job.
I really wonder without that wireless router if it really was just the encryption or if the wireless helped.
I'm sure the new router is helping. I mean, you've obviously seen significant improvement on other devices, so.
But you know what? If it's the encryption, it could have been my CPU.
Yep. Well, just imagine when you get to the final point where you upgrade your computer, then you'll have everything upgraded and working beautifully.
I'm doing a speed test right now through Hamachi, so we'll see with Hamachi running what it pings at or what it comes in at. It'll probably disconnect me.
Bit my fucking finger.
3.0 on the money. So interesting. 3 down, 5 up. Three down, 5 up on my speed test.
No. And Rusinka says, "Good night, Matt. Congrats on the net issue."
Thank you.
I think we're all
Rusinka, I don't know if
happy.
you caught what the fix was, but basically Hamachi was encrypting all the traffic, and if it's encrypted, it basically means that my computer's got to work harder to decrypt the information. So because it's Minecraft, it doesn't need to be encrypted, so I turned off encrypt data, and I have no issues whatsoever. So it could have been my CPU or even my video card working too hard to decrypt and display all the information all at once, which is probably what it is. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm super happy.
Yes.
Because all my other games worked, and it's only this fucking game in Hamachi that was doing it. So I definitely think it had to do with encryption, but wireless is probably helping too, the new wireless router. So this weekend I should have my new 5G dongle. So if you think this shit's hot, wait till the weekend and see what we get.
Well, hell yeah, man.
Oh, that's a good night. Oh, and I'm so happy I got the wireless router. It is fucking slick as snow. It does everything.
Yeah, that's really good news. Very, very awesome.
Oh shit, it's gonna be a long day tomorrow. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I just want to call off sick and just fucking...
Do it.
I
We all
can't.
get-
I got
we
2
all get
new
sick.
hires. I gotta, and I haven't done any of their paperwork, and I should have, but it was the holidays, so...
Well, everyone else took time off. You deserve time off too.
Yeah. Alright, man. Wish me luck tomorrow. It's gonna be a rough day. I
Luck.
probably will not be on because I'm gonna be fucking exhausted, tired. But most definitely Friday. I've got the whole house to myself over the weekend because the wife will be up at a bachelorette party snowboarding.
Wow, interesting bachelorette party.
Yep, I'm going to a bachelor party in Utah in February where I'll be snowboarding as well. We will see if they make it on their flights, depending on how many TSA workers call out. So, Alright, brother. Peace out. Bye, Twitter people. Twitter. Fuck.
Yeah.
Twitch.
No, I know what you mean.
Thank you. Alright, later.
Good night. This, I want this to like be a little more symmetric here, so I'm thinking like this probably. Okay, so that goes at the top there, goes at the top there. And that goes here. Oh, maybe it just is like this. Ah, yes, I think that is right. Okay. Alright, so the rest of the stream I'm going to get more focused on what I'm doing here. I mean, I've been kind of working on the side while I've been chatting with Matt. I haven't actually gotten a whole lot done. That changes now. I have Stormy on my lap, and she is biting me. She's like, I'm a little kitten, and I want to bite the shit out of you, father. There we go, there we go. And let's bring this up a little more. Kitty, are you chewing on this wire? Ow! Don't bite me! Ah! It hurts. Her little kitten teeth are too sharp. Look at this. She's been sitting on my lap this entire time, just biting me. Well, she was sleeping and then she woke up and started biting. Look, kitty. Look. Hi. Oh, she's so sweet. She's gonna be the most friendly of all of our cats. Like, she actually, if anytime she wants to sleep, she is finding the nearest human to go lay on because she freaking loves people. The kitty doesn't seem impressed with my desire not to be bitten. Yep. Such is life, I guess. Okay, I think this is gonna get filled in here. Yeah, what do we have here? Orange terracotta. Yeah, let's go ahead and start. No, 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 stop biting my cord. These are my prized headphones. Man, she's a little hellion. Alright, we go through here. God, look how great this looks now that the walls are done on this. Oops, sorry, I got distracted again by the kitty. Look at that. I blocks join the game, left the game, join the game, left the game, join the game, left the game, join the game, left the game. Who's Ned Kelly? Should I know who Ned Kelly is? Alright, let me take a quick break. I gotta get this cat back up into Isla's room. I feel like I should know this. Ned Kelly? Ned Kelly? Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna ponder this as I take my break. Okay, I'm back. The kitty has been put to bed. And now my hand can heal. So Ned Kelly was a bushranger. He killed a bunch of cops, and when they hung him, it's Aussie legend that his last words were, "Such is life." That's funny. Is that where that phrase originated? That's definitely something that I've heard before. I never knew it came from that specific thing. Well, I learned something new today, Rusinka. Thank you. Hey, Owl! How are you doing? Ned was the result of how our exemplary police force can turn a person to crime. Oh. He's also hated as a cop killer criminal. Oh, interesting. Man. I feel like my brain just grew 2 sizes this day. That was me channeling my inner Dr. Seuss. Alright, let's go get some more orange sandstone. Yeah, we want to fill this in. And then we're going to build a pathway that comes around here, so we're going to need to fill all of this little piece in. And then we're going to probably terraform this down here a little bit. I don't know if we do. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do with that. Yeah, I think some changes are going to need to be made. This might take some iteration to slowly clean it up and make it look better. Yeah, one other thing that I want to do is, I know I already mentioned that I want to do those like Palo Verde trees. I want to mix in some other color in here, and maybe it's just more of the coarse dirt. Maybe some podzol with the coarse dirt or something, or maybe a little bit of this. I don't think I want to do actual stones, like actual stone material, but it would be nice. Be nice to get just a little more color contrast in here. Because yeah, the Tucson, the deserts we have here are very, I don't know, rugged and dirty and inconsistent. They're not like flat sand deserts that are super uniform. There's a lot of variation. We'll just leave that there, save ourselves the blocks. Okay, there we go. That is a start. And I think we can let's do a couple things like this. And
now it's just like, man, you gotta have that time where you just like disconnect from the scene, just the race, like, and it's a race that I've created in my head, but you have to step away from it.
okay, now we're gonna just try to make some kind of little path here. Okay. These are all just baby steps. This is gonna look better and better as we add more. I'm gonna try to add a little bit more here, I think. Maybe we'll do some wood slabs on top or something, I don't know. But yeah, we're definitely gonna do more across the board here. Sure, I saw an S in that before I posted. Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I am gonna fill around the path here, Rasinka. I just wanted to kind of get the path path laid out first, I guess. And I don't know, as I walk through this area more and more, I don't know, I think I'm gonna do another round of just kind of I don't know if I'd call them enhancements or what, but just another round of adding more detail. Like I said, I think I want to put more coarse dirt over there and more of the brown terracotta, maybe. Let's turn that a little more. Let's get some torches in here. Yeah, and so all the paths back here, you know, the only path that I want perfectly straight, you know, with this little siding here is the main path through town. All these other paths, you know, this one here, this one over here, definitely want to keep these with a more rugged look. And I'm only doing that brick because we did brick on this one over here. It seems appropriate. So anyways, we're slowly making progress on this. Okay, so the big question is, how much am I filling in around here? I feel like we can leave this open. There. See, I feel like that's okay. You know, give it a little bit of variation. Let the elevation change a little bit. What about on this side? Do we fill this whole thing in? What did we do over here? So it drops over here. Yeah, I think we fill this in. Let's actually go red sand. I guess I could silk touch that, huh? And that's maybe fine for now. Okay, so let's see, we come out this door, and we're gonna need some slabs there, but, you know, so far so good. God, you know, this just kind of cuts off here. I'm not sure that I like how this is here. Okay. Actually, yeah, this needs to change too. It needs to go like that. You know, I don't know, maybe part of the problem, maybe this needs to just come over a little bit more. And yeah, I mean, this is a little bit like our landscape. I don't know, you know, the ground here is very, you know, it's there's a lot of rock and stuff in it. It's not this monochrome for sure. It's like, that's why I want to add in some like contrasting colors, because when I see this, it's like, this doesn't scream Tucson or Phoenix or anything like that to me. You know, our ground definitely just looks a lot messier and everything. You know, there's fucking rocks everywhere. You know, there's little plants everywhere. There's actually a lot of little desert plants everywhere that dot the desert. So, you know, this just long, uniform look, that's just, yeah, it's not quite indicative of our state. Hey, what's up, Nuckin' Futs? Hey, Nuckin'. So, I don't know, I guess I am struggling a little bit with the landscape here. Okay, so, yeah, this side... Yeah, we need to do this. Need to do that. I think we need one more here. Okay, let's see, so how's this look? This are not necessary, I feel like. Go red sand on these. Well, I don't know, maybe this one. Maybe this one. Let's put that back. Oh, shit. Okay, now let's try this. Come through here, boom. Yeah, see, now I feel like it doesn't just kind of inadvertently lead you into the water. Maybe we even add that there just to drive the point home. And yeah, do we want to like... that look good? Do that. Do that. Either way, I need to add a little more into these fences. Yeah, and I'm thinking under here too. I want to add some kind of an outline. Okay, well, we'll think about that a little bit more as we go. And this is almost grown in, so that's good. Obviously missing a little bit there. Okay, and let's get that. Oh, actually. Alright, so this is the next part we need to kind of terraform up a bit. And yeah, I feel like we really don't need this back here. Let's save the grass block, or the leaf blocks. Right now I am just working on building up a little more of our Tucson area. So I'm just trying to do some terraforming, build this little path back here from the back of the church. And then this is gonna... Actually, wait a minute. No. Is it gonna come through here? Yeah, it's almost like, do I... Oh, maybe that's what I do. Maybe I have another path that branches off here. Maybe we do put these back. I don't know, this still looks a little weird to me. It's just something's a little bit off here. And yeah, let's make this like a little... I think it's fine to have this little pool down here, maybe? Something like that. Well, I might need Matt to do it a little bit over here because I'm not sure what exactly he wants to happen over here. And then yeah, I think this path from here, it's going to kind of just shoot right through here. So we're going to remove this row. This row and remove this. And maybe remove this. Okay, well, we're running out of dirt. Let's do that. Let's do this. Okay, let's go get some more dirt real quick. Yeah, and I definitely feel like the thing about these, there's not really any landscape here that I feel like captures the Sonoran Desert. Okay, winter out. Yeah, there's a lot more plant life here than I think than a lot of people realize. You know, for us being a desert, there's an awful lot of plants growing here. And they're shitty plants too. They all have thorns and they suck. I hate the shitty plants. Got a few trees here and there, but the trees also have thorns. Okay, you know what? Let's just... Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there's a one wide path. So then we're gonna do that. And I feel like we're getting closer. Ooh, I need to go breed those cows again. That's what I need to do. Okay, I think that's fine. We come through here. Yeah, we're gonna need to cover that. Yeah, maybe that'll work. I don't know, I'm not super good at this whole terraforming biz. Birdstar, hello! How are you doing tonight, Bird? Thanks for the bits, as always. Really appreciate that. Okay. Let's get these all through here and here and here. Okay, yeah, let's let the grass grow in here, and I think this will be good for now. Alright, let's go breed these cows. Yeah, today has definitely been a very taxing day, let's put it that way. My brain is moving at a much slower pace than usual. It's amazing, you know, Fridays and Saturdays, I just feel like I have so much more energy. But like Tuesday, it's just like, oh my god, I got 2 days of work under my belt and 3 to go. Ugh. And I can't get my full 5 hours in. I feel like I can really get a lot done in 5 hours. In 2.5 hours? Not so much. Okay, let's see if we can get this slab thing figured out here. Do I want slabs on the top of this? Maybe we go oak slabs, so it... Well, I need oak slabs anyway for the path, some of the pathway steps. Yeah, it's like I kind of want to keep all these other things in my inventory. Alright. I am yawning now. Okay, we want all of these things. We want this. It's the Monday of your working week. You think you have next weekend off? Sweet. Extra Minecraft time, right? Right? Okay. Let's put a little of that. A little of that, a little of that. Actually, I don't need that much. Let's just... You know, each time I look at this, I just feel like it needs to... just needs to come in a little bit more. Maybe one more here. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. Oak slabs. How would this look? I guess I would need to do this. Oh man, no, this isn't gonna work at all, is it? Okay, maybe I need to do that there, that there. I feel like that it does actually look a little bit better. It's not fantastic, but that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. You can research drowned farms. Oh. I'm excited. I'm excited about our drowned farm prospects. Okay, so now the big question is, do I put slabs along the top? I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I think this just makes it a little bit better. Oh, all this work for one shitty little bridge, and I should have brought that other stack. Damn it. So dumb. Yep, see you later, Rosinka. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out for a while. Yep, and I'll see you this weekend. The weeks seem to go faster and faster. Okay, yeah, those need to go. Cover that up, there we go. Oh man, why is this suddenly looking so much better? Yeah, amazing how much of a difference that made. And this one here. Okay, so far so good. Awesome, and this is moving along here nicely. Let's go ahead and do that. And that. So maybe put one more grass block here. And do that. Alright, awesome, awesome. Put that there. And I even wonder with this, do I do something like this? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Alright, and we let that continue growing. And we have the starts of something good here. So now we want to do something like what we did over here. I don't like that here. I like that better. And this here. Oh, that was dumb. Okay, we are going to replant that cactus. I like that cactus there. Okay, anyway, not sure why that was like that. Let's cut a couple of these out here. Okay, and let's save some of our actual grass. We'll let this fill itself in naturally. There we go. So now we're going to have a path coming out of here like that. And we're just going to bring this like that and that like that. Give ourselves a little more of a buffer there. And that's pretty good. Just going to kind of let this grow in. And then eventually we'll apply all the other little ornaments. And more detail will come to the landscape here after a little while, but let's get the fence before it despawns. But yeah, I think that was I do think it was a good move to merge this little body of water here with this one that was over here, and then yeah, having this do this whole thing is nice too. Wonder actually if I cut this way down. And then what if I did this? And then what if I did this? And what if I went and got my water buckets now? It's just bothering me a little bit how this is working here. Something I want to do here. Let's get these. Single water bucket. Oh, what's up, Celtic Daddy? How are you doing tonight? Sorry if I missed you there for a little bit. It's my Tuesday night. Well, it is Tuesday night. So, yeah, my brain isn't as functional as it is Friday and Saturday. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, man, the way water flows in this game sometimes is really frustrating. Trying to wake up with some coffee. Yeah, coffee's a necessity, of course. And yeah, Celtic Daddy, life is treating me well. I really can't complain. It's a little bit of a bummer to be back to work this week, not gonna lie. You know, if I were to win the lottery, I would definitely be very happy about that. But all things considered, I really can't complain. Life is good. Okay, well, I guess this is just gonna do this. Ugh, that bothers me. Okay, well, anyways, let's do the same thing we did with our oak slabs here over on this other one. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. Yeah, we still have a lot more work to do in this area. At least this one here is looking a little more complete, but yeah, just keep making these little tweaks to things, and I think eventually this whole area is just going to look fantastic. And yep, that's right, Celtic Daddy. Gotta make money at the end of the day. Got a family to support and all that good stuff, and yeah. you know, it's really not so bad. I actually do I do really like the work that I do, and I enjoy working with the people I work with. You know, I think we all probably would prefer a situation where you know, none of us had to answer to anyone, and we just always had the money we needed to do whatever we wanted to do. I'm sure that's like universally what everyone would want. But not going to get that, so yeah, can't really complain about the situation I found myself in. I don't know, does this work over here? I feel like maybe I should I have Matt do this area since it's his area anyways? Well, I just want it to be consistent with the other one. Let's see if I can't do a little bit there. Yeah, the changing elevation is not helping. I should just use my axe. Thanks, Celtic. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at putting more detail and stuff in, and you know, not do things in such uniform colors. It's definitely not something that comes natural to me, but you know, little by little I feel like I'm doing, you know, a slightly better job of it as I go. I just don't know about this. I feel like this one would need to go up one. This should go up one. And yeah, as I look at the fence that we put around the whole thing, I need to put some more detail on that too. Like, I don't know if I do a similar, like put this little cap on top or what, but something must be done. If we're going to be truly consistent, it would be something like this. And then we would go over here. And we would go 1, 2, 3, 4. This garden needs to be updated. I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry, Matt. This has to change. Okay, that goes on after, so that would go like that and like that. Okay, well, at the very least, I think this is an improvement over what it was. And better yet, it's consistent with what we did over here. This one was a little weirder because of how diagonal it was, but yeah, I think this is definitely one where adding the oak slabs on the top and bottom improved it a great deal over what it was. Okay, let's chop some of this up here. Come on, fill in. And yeah, we'll do this. We'll add this extra detail in. Just, you know, just a little oak block here and there. I'm really strongly considering pulling that armor stand plug-in into this world like we did on the nursing home. Oh, shit. Okay. Keep building this cow farm up. We're gonna need a lot of leather. Okay, we're good. Sweet. Okay. Let's see, what else are we gonna do? The leather Celtic Daddy is so I can make a bunch of books. So yeah, this is our hides shop. And then our tarot shop is here. This is empty right now, but this is gonna be where our enchanting stuff will be. This is our Tucson base, so I don't know if you've seen this area before. You know, it's only been more recently that we've been actively working here. But just kind of trying to make this whole area, you know, Western themed. We have a bank there that Matt did. Got my smelting building. Yay, smelting building. We have our tunnel that goes under the river. I like how that turned out. But yeah, we're definitely going to need a lot of books, you know, for bookcases and stuff. Oh, yeah, so if we look at the signs out here, this is the lodge, that's the saloon, and that's our storage building. So, yeah, that's pretty basic. This one I spent a little bit more time on, you know, trying to decorate and make it look nice and everything, and eventually... Oh, shit, yeah, armor stand there that I totally forgot about, that I need to put some clothes on. Store beds in this, in the lodge. And then, yeah, sleeping quarters and, you know, nice flowers in the flower pots and... Yeah, I don't know. It's quaint. You know, I want to, you know, the more of these I knock out, I feel like each time I just get one or two additional ideas for how to make some of the detail look a little better. And this is the saloon, so this is like the bar where they're serving food. Yeah, the back of this thing comes out to the massive glass tunnel that goes to the jungle. This thing that I worked on for months and months. Yeah, thank you so much, Celtic. That really means a lot coming from you. Your attention to detail is unparalleled, so that is a great compliment. Yeah, just a little table up here, and then yeah, some jukeboxes here. And yeah, you know, I tried to do some detailing on the ground here. I was saying earlier, I'm gonna take another pass at this. I think it needs more of the coarse dirt and the dark brown, or the brown terracotta. Like, it just, there needs to be a little more color contrast in here, and maybe some more plants too. I feel like I need to actually plant some grass and more of these dead bushes and stuff, because if you've ever yeah, if you've ever been to the Sonoran Desert, or, you know, the Arizona deserts between Tucson and Phoenix and everything, our deserts are very dusty and rocky, and there's a lot of plants. Like, there's a whole lot of thorny bushes and cactus and everything, and these mesas are just a little too barren So I want to add enough detail to actually have it evoke a little more of the sense that you're in, you know, the Arizona desert. Alright, I'm going to put all this stuff back, because I am going to wind down here shortly, and then we'll head back to my main base. I feel like I've made some really good progress lately. These last couple months have been, probably the last like 6 months has been some of the most consistent progress I feel like I've made in years. I've just been like super focused on getting project after project done, and yeah, really starting to see some good results out of all of that work. Sorry, I'm really particular about getting everything into exactly the slot that I prefer. Little OCD here. Dirt, dirt, coarse dirt, grass. There we go, that makes me feel a little better. Spruce fence, where are we storing you? You get stored over here, that's right. And oak leaves. Alright. So let's take a look down. So yeah, this is our entire Tucson area, so we'll continue to get more work done, and you know, we just got this back area to fill out with a few more buildings, and yeah, this will be a fully fledged base, more or less complete. We got to put some more detail on the wall and stuff too, or the fence. And then another thing I want to do as I go on over time, I want to go back to these glass tunnels I made and put a little more detail in them, like maybe put some arches at some spaced out interval and just add a little bit more to them. You know, since this goes out to the desert, maybe we do some like orange terracotta, red sandstone arches of some kind. It's funny how everything slows down when I get over here. Oh yeah, we do need to set up a proper gold mine. Yeah, we've done a lot of mining, but we don't have like an official mine. And yeah, Celtic, I remember you stopped in like long ago, I think, when I was still like barely getting started over here. And you had mentioned something about seeing it when it was, you know, seeing it again when it was more completed, and man, oh man. There's been so much more done over here. I need to finish this area back here. This was an area I started terraforming, and I was going to make a little... This was going to be a little nature walk back behind this hill here. But yeah, it's crazy to think, you know, it's been about 2 years since I started in this area, and just slowly over time, a lot of it more recently, we've really just knocked out just a whole bunch of good projects. Got my village up there, we got all our farms over here, and another thing, I'm going to redo my animal farms. That's just not doing it for me anymore. I'm going to move the sheep. There's going to be a new building I'm going to make for multicolored materials, and I'm going to move all my sheep over there. And yeah, I agree, Celtic. That's one of the great pleasures of Minecraft, is like, you know, seeing a server develop over time, or someone's world develop over time. It's yeah, it's crazy how much progress you can make if you put enough time into this game, just how much you can actually do. I feel like some of this is a little too dark. Anyways, I need to call it a night. It is getting pretty late here. But thank you to everyone who's still out there. Celtic, thanks again for stopping in. Really appreciate the support, man. And Birdstar, it was great to see you again. And we already said bye to Rosinka earlier. And Al, Fuel Hauler, if you guys are still out there, good night. I will see you guys on Friday. Yeah, see you next time, Celtic, and I hope to catch one of your streams soon. I've been looking and trying to catch one, but every time I've checked during the day, I must be just missing you. But yeah, I definitely will try to stop in and say hello again when I can, Celtic. Later, guys. Have a good night.